Alright, so after reviewing all my parts that I have appreciated, it's now time for me to paint it the off-white color, number 69. We're going to start with something like this. And I don't know how well the camera's going to see this. So we'll do that. It's starting to show a little appreciating there, so hopefully that comes out okay. We'll try something else. Right now I'm just using the smaller parts. So we have this, right, darken to the sides. It's kind of hard not to see this in the light, in the reflection. But if I put it side by side with the one that I didn't do, I don't know if that's viewable, to say the least. Alright, let's try something slightly bigger. Clearly I don't want to oversaturate it too much. I just want to give it one pass and then maybe later on give it another. And if you could see that properly. I'll just put it to the side. Let's try something a little bit more obvious. From the feedback that I got from the community, I was being told that maybe the gray would not be a good choice, the dark gray. I think I see the reason why. It's giving that an interesting bluish tint, you could say, shade. But you know what? It doesn't have to be completely a dark black. It could be a bluish tint. let me pull out one that I've done appreciating. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Alright. We'll try one more. Oh yes. This one. I had these separate, and then when I looked at the manual again, I didn't realize this was actually part of the armor. So what I did was I put them together, held by tags. Let's show it off to see what it looks like. See? Make sure that they're nice and even. Let's begin. I guess when it dries, it'll show, but I see the shattering there, appreciating. That came out really nice, very nice. All right, I guess I got my work cut out here. Let me begin finishing up my appreciating and show off the final result. All right. As you can see, here is a small amount of parts that I put to the side to show you the completed paint job of the Strike Gundam Ootori. And as you can see, the pre-shading came out interesting. I do have to say that I did cheat a bit here. I didn't show it to you in the video. Didn't think I need to. But once I was kind of somewhat satisfied with what I got, I said, you know what, I don't want this paint job to get ruined. So what I did was I pulled out my clear coat gloss and I clear coat all the parts. Yes, it's not supposed to be gloss, but there's a reason why I'm doing that. Once I'm finished showing you all this, I move on to putting panel line washing, panel lining on some of the parts that need it. So then once it dries and I clean it up, then I apply the dull coat. But here's a small example. Here's some more parts here that I've already put to the side. I got some more here on my other base here. But the reason why I want to show you this, because I want to put them aside once I'm finishing panel lining. And then I want to move on with the other parts, because I still got more parts to paint. I still got 3 different types of dark color parts. I have the pink, the darker pink, which I want to paint red, and then I have the lighter pink, or I forgot which other pink it was, to turn it blue. So I got 4 more colors to paint, maybe 5 more colors. But I wanted to give you a heads up on how this came out. This one, for example, I had to assemble it because I didn't realize that when I finished it, the color tone did not match properly. So once I put it together, I respray painted it a bit just to even it out, and it came out pretty good. It has a rough texture here in the back, but I guess maybe we can leave that alone for now. Maybe once I dull color it, it'll look a little different. These parts I left it alone. I'm leaving it here so that way I don't lose the orientation. It came out pretty well. It looks really nice, as you can see, with the shading. The shield, yeah, good shading here and here. Some parts I think I may have overshadowed, but maybe that's no big deal. It'll come out when I do a little panel lining. This one over here as well, which will go on that. The front part of that, I guess, in the backpack, this is kind of like a cockpit fighter booster type thing, kind of reminiscent to our to the build, the full, the build booster off the build strike. There is one thing that I'm seeing that maybe is giving me a little bit of a headache, which I may have to repaint again, is this one. If you look at this properly, you'll see this one is slightly darker than the other. I have one or two parts that I may have to redo again. So this one, I want to put them on like this, paint it again to keep it even, then clear coat it, and then of course this one came out okay. Good shadowing there. Yeah, this came out for my first. Actually, no, this is my second time I tried this, and it came out pretty well. And now I'm going to move forward with the other colors. So let me just take care of the panel lining, and then we move on to the next part of this build. Now, as you can see here, these are the parts that I've separated right now in preparation to painting the specific parts for the build, for the Strike Freedom custom build. These parts represent the blue parts. These parts over here represents the yellow. I don't know if you guys can see this here, sorry. And these represent the red. Now, some of them are unique parts that's specifically for the kit because of the Ootori pack, while others are almost the same, same as the Strike Gundam. As a matter of fact, I'll pull out a little bit one of my Strike Gundams right now. Here's the real grade Strike Gundam, which I made a custom launcher pack from the original no grade kit. But blue clearly is, that. This up here, the jewel, the crotch jewel, the thrusters here, the things up here on the top. I think that's pretty much basically all the blue. And then over here when it opens up the canopy, the yellow represents the little trim that goes on the shield here, and of course the upwards V-fin, the second V-fin. Now the remaining parts is the red, of course. The feet are the red, the head and the chin red, the waist, the door canopy red. Now these parts here, these are unique to the Ootori. I put this one here for a specific reason, because when I was looking at, I looked at each and every part, making sure that it's the right one. I found that in the thruster pack, and if you look here behind the real grade Strike, you have blue trim, red trim, and gray trim inside. This is supposed to be red. Now I know some will argue, leave it the way it is, but I'd rather keep it consistent to what I have. Therefore, this will be painted red. Clearly this will be painted blue. Alright, so that's pretty much the parts that you see that I'm ready to paint. So, I haven't cleaned it up yet. Right now I just removed some of the flash. I just need to sand it down. And now, this is of course what the parts would look like before priming.